Oh, no. Hey everyone. Good evening. Yeah, I'm being distracted by Nox as usual. She's always, well, she always wants attention. And today is not different. So, yes, but hello. Um, yeah, so I have finished making the little bells and the coat track. So, wow. Tell me you can hear this. Noxie. Ah, Kitty. She will probably, hopefully, maybe give up a bit in a bit. But for now, there it is. Ta-da! I will bring it up, but yes. So it's not glued down. Nothing is glued down yet because I haven't reached that part. But here are the bells. You can see. Maybe if I'll this light a bit. Oh, ooh, yeah, straight into my eyes. But yes, so these are the bells. If we do this, yeah, then it catches the light and you can see that the metallic sheen. And I do like how they are as a like the two layered style, as we discussed. So that's the servants' bells. And then we have the little coat rack. I will also try to bring up. Oh, okay. That was very shaky. And we have lost the hanger. Hey, Moika. Um, wow. Yeah, Nox really wants attention. So you can see the tiny hangers. I'll just drop them for a second so I can show you the rack as well. As you can see, I added a bit of decoration to the poles. Basically, I hope you can see. Let me know if you can see well or not, because it's a little dark. I'm trying to catch the light, but this is also dark because it's meant to look like wood. So I just used a thinner wire to kind of spiral around on the side poles and added these little decorations at the edge. Hey, Kala, thank you. And the only place I've put a little bit of metallic sheen is here on the top to kind of give the impression that it's basically like carved wood, but this is like a metallic pole. So we have our little coat rack and the servants' bells. And yeah, I'm very happy with how they came out. I honestly cannot get over these little hangers. They're really, really cute and they're really tiny. And they were really easy to make. So that's cool. It's the best combination. And today we are officially moving to the kitchen. So I'm gonna just move these aside. I'm putting them in this tiny box so I will not lose them. And I'll show you the plans basically. This can stay like that, that's fine. Just put it to the side. So yeah, so if we go bring our little house, put the full screen. So yeah, we have the hall. That's the servant hallway that we were working on, and now we're moving to the kitchen. And I have to say that I really like how you can really feel the difference. So, all of these kind of rich gold and red colors here and falling walls, that's everywhere. in the house at the moment. And then you kind of move to the servants area, and it's all like drab and in bad shape, which is kind of fitting, I think. So that's cool, ish. Not cool for the servants, but cool for the design. Anyways, this is the kitchen, and yeah, the stairs are going to be up here like that, pretty much. And we're starting to work on the furnishing. So, oop, I'll just put this aside for a second. And no, actually, stay. Okay. So one of the things that I found out when I was looking at kind of Victorian kitchens and like their style and their characteristics. So one of a very common characteristics is that they would have a workspace that is a table in the middle. So we will have like a big table here in the middle. And of course, the probably most important thing in a kitchen is the oven. And I decided to kind of tackle that first. So I had a lot of kind of debate actually as to where to put the oven. Basically, it could be either on this wall. Just a second. If we turn, have a feeling that you can see better if it's like this, right? I mean, it's upside down, but I think you can see better the inside if it's on this direction. Let me know. So there's two places where the oven can be. It can either be on this wall here or on this wall. At the moment, I'm planning on putting it on this wall, basically because there's more space, and it also kind of feels, I don't know, it just feels more fitting, like a more fitting place for the oven. Maybe because I put windows here. I'm not sure. It doesn't maybe make entirely like a ton of sense with the chimney and everything, but you know what? That's fine. There is a point when you're like, it's a miniature house. It doesn't need to be like completely perfectly like in connection to reality, basically. So it's not a replica of reality. So it's fine. So it's probably going to be on this wall. And I sat down today and made a plan for the oven. I'll bring it here. Just a sec. So there are different types of ovens, Victorian ovens. I don't think, I know. I'm going to go with this one. Oh. Yeah, I think it would. Because, so the type of oven that I'm going to go with is an iron wrought, I think it's pronounced iron wrought oven, and it's going to be the closed type, which means basically that it's actually this type of oven was apparently so first of all, it only became kind of widely available in the 1840s. So from 1840, like Victorian, late Victorian, or sort of, yeah, pretty late Victorian, I guess, and Edwardian periods. And also, I'm going to build an oven that is, hey, Penny. Did I pronounce it right, though? Because that's always the question. So there's, from what I understood in my reading, the type that I'm going to do, which is actually built in a niche sort of in the wall. Yay. Thanks, Penny. It's actually built sort of as a niche in the wall. This was very common in Britain and not common at all in the US, apparently. So I'm not sure about actually other like European countries in that period, like what type of ovens exactly they had. But apparently in the US, it was more common to have kind of stand-alone ovens that will be just a unit that you place in the kitchen. And in Britain, it's kind of built into the wall, into a wall niche, and that's what I feel like doing, mainly because I really like the brick kind of around it. So if we bring the kitchen back into frame, or try to, kitchen, come on, yes you can, there you go. Then basically it will be on this wall here. There will be kind of a niche. I can actually take the wall out. Isn't that easier? Basically, the oven will be standing here. And what I'm thinking of doing is actually adding, because it will be built out with a sort of brick pattern on the sides, like this. If you can see here, I didn't have the like patience to paint bricks all around, but it's gonna be all around here. And what I think I'll do is kind of give the impression that there is, a chimney coming up here. So that would also solve the whole issue of like, oh wait, how can there be a chimney in, a 2 millimeter wall? So it'll be like pushed out a bit. And I think it'll work. Hey, Christiana. Thank you. I love Victorian stoves. They're so, so cool. So yeah, so I made the plan. And because I'm doing it in tiny size, I'm actually going to just build it from thick cardstock. So let's put our paper here, the paper background. And I'm going to, so I did cut the pieces. I think I cut all the pieces that we need. If not, then I'll have to add them. But yeah, I'm gonna keep kind of the plan here. You can see, so it's the same. Okay, you can't see it over there. I just realized. So it is the same stove, just this one is in an angle and I added more of the details, and this one is straightforward. I'm not entirely sure that I'll do this part here. This is actually kind of a vent for the chimney. Probably should, but we'll see. Yeah, I might do it actually. So what I might do is actually give the kind of like make it kind of how do you say it? Like just stick out here as well, so it will be more of a obvious chimney. We'll see. But basically, these are the parts, and hopefully I made the plan right. So this is the back base. This is kind of all the little pieces. So there are two options about the frames that I haven't completely decided. We can either have a simple kind of 90 degrees oven frame, or have it a bit more rounded edges. I'm still not, I haven't completely decided which one I like best, actually. And I'll show you. Okay, so before, I'm remembering that I need to do one more thing before we start going through the pieces and trying to glue things together and hope that they will fit. Because we need bricks. And I'm gonna use clay for making the bricks. Just putting this aside. And And one of my lovely rolling pins from Greenstuff Wall. It's just, they make the tiniest bricks. It's a little hard to see, but I mean, you can see the pattern of the brick. It's really funny because like when you look at it, it looks like they're standing out. It kind of messes with your eye, but it's actually sinking in. The bricks are synced in, so when you roll it, you get, bricks. So that's what I'm gonna do now because I want it to. I want the clay to dry a bit while we're gluing some, some paper, basically. Okay, so sorry about the crunching sounds. That's just the packaging. This is the clay that I'm using, but any, air drying clay would do, or honestly, pretty much any other type of clay. I'm just gonna roll it out first with a patternless, just a silicone pin that doesn't have any pattern, which is just the normal kind, I don't know. Yeah. And I am rolling it pretty thin just because I want it to be a thin layer, so I don't need to worry about it creating too much of a just adding too much thickness because this is such a tiny little thing. And so just rolling it. As you can see, I'm also apparently cleaning my media mat while with the clay, which is fine because I'm gonna paint over it, so it's okay if it has some cat hairs and so on. Okay, and now once I have it pretty much at the thickness I want, I'm just gonna go over it with a rolling pin. And what I'm trying to do is just, keep the same amount of pressure as I go through, rolling all the way. And that went pretty well. I don't think we'll need a whole lot of brick wall, so this is probably going to be enough. I'm going to just gently peel it. I'm going to put it to the side here. I'm putting it on the non-stick mat next to me, just making sure that it's nice and flat, and I will let it dry while I'm starting working on the stove. Now, I would like to ask all of you to cross your fingers with me that that the pattern pieces will actually work and fit together. So far, I've managed to do it quite okay, I think. But yeah, wish me luck, and let's start working. Okay, so I have all the pieces cut here. I'll just put them to the side and we'll start working. I am, as usual with this case, I'm going to use the heavy body gel. Yes, it is it's just because it's a strong glue that is kind of, I don't know, it sticks quite quickly, and and I love it. That's it. What more do you need? Okay, so as I'm going through my pieces and deciding how to start, any preferences on the shape? What do you say? Should we go with plain, or like plain squarish, or try to do the rounded part? Let me know what you think. And I will start figuring out how I'm gluing it, because that's a completely different part of understanding what you're doing. Okay, that's the oven top here. Hmm. That's glass. I will say also, if this pattern works as well as I hope, then I think that I will also make I'll make a pattern page that I can share with you guys here. And yeah, I'll probably make the pattern a little bigger than this, because this is really tiny. So yeah, let me know if there's any scale maybe that you're interested that I'll do it in. I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know which one I like better. I'm trying to kind of picture this. Oh, mhm. The depth. I think I might actually like the plain one better. Also, I have a feeling that I can always kind of, cheat a little and build it with the bricks or something. So I'm just gonna build a squarish one. Um, yeah, because I mean, I don't know if it might be a delay in the chat, but I'm not seeing any kind of preferences. So yeah, we'll just figure this out. And mm, so one thing I'm gonna do is actually, so this is kind of the back of the oven. Same here. What? Oh yeah, no. So I don't know if it's because sometimes my yeah, sometimes the computer is very slow. My internet is very slow and just doesn't move. But and sometimes people just want to look quietly at what I'm doing and don't have opinions apparently. So so yeah, so this is kind of the back of the oven. And what I'm gonna do is actually, you can see that there is the marking here, and I'm actually going to cut this part out. I'm gonna do it. If you forgive me, I'll do it off frame for a second, because yeah, because basically because I'm using my cutting mat and it's gigantic, and I will have to move everything in order to do that. So excuse me for a second. I am right here off frame, I promise. But I'll just cut it out because I want to, well, for two reasons. One reason is that I want to be able to kind of reach this opening part that will have this opening part. Now you can actually see it. I want to be able to reach it with lighting, so I need some sort of opening in the back of the oven. And the other reason is that if we have this opening, I can utilize it to sort of lean the papers um, one on the other, and kind of, yeah, just it'll help me in building everything. And make it stable. There we go. Okay. So yeah, because now when I have this, I can take this part, which is the oven top, and I can basically glue it like this and lean it on this part like that, which is very convenient. Okay, but I think I'm gonna start with what part should I start with? I'm actually gonna start with creating the grate, because that will be with wire. That's my plan. And it can, which might make it a little tricky to glue. Okay, let me see. First, we need to decide whether we're taking thin wire. And I'm off camera. There I am, on camera again. So I can either take this wire that's thinner, and ignore the color at the moment because I will paint the whole thing. Normally, by the way, I would probably have used a, just a sec. I think the black one, that's the thickness I'm gonna go with. And I don't know. This is sometimes the hardest part about designing a pattern, is understanding what is the order you want to build things in. And yes, what I was starting to say is that I would have normally actually worked with black cardstock because the oven is going to be, it's ironed, it's wrought iron, so it would be colored kind of a dark metallic, well, not black, but very dark gray, and black would be the good back base. But because I'm building it here, trying to show you what I'm doing, I figured I should actually use this kind of craft cardstock, because then you can actually see what I'm doing, which seems useful. Wait, I think I'm missing some parts. Just a second, I believe it's these. Is it? No. Right, I don't need it. It's this. I'm sorry. Just confusing myself a bit. Okay, I'm gonna start with building the frame. Just because. It feels like the right place to start. So I am, and do let me know if I'm getting off frame at any point. Okay, so I'm just putting glue, and I am, my aim is, of course, to put it on the side that hits the paper, but also a little over, so that I can, so I have some more balance. I think that would be the way to describe it. I'm not sure. But anyway, this will give us more strength. And I think you can see why I absolutely love this glue. I can just put the paper, and it's holding. It's just there. It's not dry yet, but yeah, it's fine. I don't need to hold it. Look at that. It's a beautiful thing, I tell you. Beautiful. Anyways, just making sure that it's reaching the bottom, pretty much. Yep. and that it's standing right on the line where I want it. Good. And second one. Ooh. Hope everyone's having a good day today. I was kind of, yeah, very occupied with planning this oven thingy. Um, it was fun though. It's always fun kind of looking at the different options and figuring out what you want and all that. This will go here in the middle, checking that it fits. It fits. Awesome. So just, yeah. Oof, that is a lot of glue that I took in. Oh well. I can always put it back. So yeah. And one other thing that I'm trying to think to myself there when I'm planning this is also like because I believe I mentioned that I do want to do lighting and I want the lighting to look kind of eerie and weird and unnatural. So the question is, what color of light should come out of the oven? And if you're watching this on replay, do feel free to add a comment and letting me know what you think. Should it be sinister red or perhaps poisonous green? Or, I don't know, um, morbid blue? I'm trying to kind of give adjectives to everything. It's a little weird, maybe. But yeah. Um, because I mean, yes, I can just do the regular sort of white slash orangish color or something like that. But that would be all warm and inviting, possibly. And I'm not sure that this oven should be warm and inviting at all. Just saying. Okay. So as you saw, I added a bit of glue also on these corners on the side. And now I'm going to, okay, so let me just, where is the, okay. Where did I put oh, there it is. So the oven front will be built here on this, okay? And what I'm building now, let's stay on frame, that would be useful, thank you. What I'm building now is basically the frame of the oven. That will be the part that I will cover with bricks that are, the bricks that are drying next to us. And now, so now I'm going to build kind of the outer frame. The idea is to give the impression that there is sort of a So if I would have, perhaps if I would have planned it ahead, the oven would actually be kind of sunk into the wall. There will be a niche into the wall. But instead, we're building it out of the wall towards the room. So we're creating this little, I don't know how to call it. But yeah, kind of this growing part out of the growing part, no, protruding part out of the wall, that will be where the oven stands, kind of where the niche is. And yeah, something like that. So that's all what I'm doing here, and gonna just place this right on edge. The one tricky part with working on top of this paper is that I constantly need to make sure that that my I don't glue the oven to the paper back. So yeah, a little bit tricky, but just a little careful, and I'm sure everything will be fine. Worst case scenario, it's very easy to cut. That's the top, that's the other side. Okay. Ready? This. I'm just aligning it and moving it up to 90 degrees. 90. Look, 90. Big difference there. And then I'm just using this stick to sort of smooth the glue. It's not about, um, you know, actually making it look good so much as just that smoothing the glue like that makes sure that it sticks in all the parts. And that's what we want. We want it in all the parts. So yeah, now this is going to be here on top. You can see. Okay, let me check something before we continue. Oh, slippery paper. If I'm putting this on top here, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yay, it's working so far. Okay, so yeah. I'm never sure when I'm doing these things. On the one hand, I want to show you all the stages because, well, it is a bit of a complex pattern. It's not terribly complex, but it is a little bit. It just has a lot of details going on, and yeah. But on the other hand, I'm kind of like, I always feel like I may be boring you to death with just like, oh, she's putting more glue again. Yay! I guess replay has the benefits that you can kind of, play it fast forward. I would not want to hear my voice if you play it fast forward. I will be a chipmunk. Oh no. So, yes. Doing this. Oh, it seems to be a teensy bit short. Okay, but it's fine. I'll just, oop, hey. Okay, this one is curving a bit. So I'm just trying to make sure that it's not, I'm trying to make it as straight as possible. Okay. Ooh. Hmm. Possibly I should have started with this part, with the outer frame, but it seems to be working okay. I'm trying to keep it 90 degrees. Honestly, it's also, I know that it's not that critical because we're going to add the brick layer from the outside, so eh, it's okay. If it's not exactly 90 degrees, we'll hide that. Okay. More blue. So, okay. It would be it. So this is kind of the outer frame, and now that I think of it, I can actually use both. I can either do this one that will give us this rounded edge to the oven, or go with plain 90 degrees. So, please let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. Which one looks better to you? I'm torn. Now I'm tempted by this one. Ugh, so hard. So let me know which one you would choose, this one or this one, and we'll see what we do. And in the meanwhile, we can add the oven top that will be here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the shelf first because I think it'll be the left one. So this one, the rounded one. I'm always confused. Like I'm never sure, when it's on screen, like if you're seeing my left or your left or which one, because well, yeah, things are. I'm not very good with directions in general. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think I like it better too. So I think I'll add. There will be this little shelf above the 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 hub. I think that's how you call it, like the oven top where you have the hubs. I'm just gluing two pieces of cardstock together to give the shelf a bit more thickness. And it'll just be around here. As you can see, it kind of sinks in. So yeah, it's a little shorter than the full depth of. I'm gonna actually put some glue here. I'm gonna use this glue because it will be less bulky. I really want to catch this corner. So, yep. I'll just do this and I'll hold it there for a second. I need somewhere to bring the glue. Ooh. There we go. Huh. So this is taking longer than I expected, which is not that surprising, but yeah. So, okay, I just need to hold this. Okay, so I think, yeah, we will go with this kind of rounded frame. And now here's a question, which I will probably. I was contemplating for like 5 minutes to make the doors on the oven front like openable. I'm not sure that's a word, but you know what I mean. Um, but I think I'll skip that. We will have a grate here in the window where there will be light coming from. So I think that's good enough. It's just everything. This is so very tiny, and I don't know that I necessarily want to fiddle with like hinges this size. I might do it with other parts, but in here, because we already have this grate, I think we'll skip it. Um, yeah, when we do like a cupboard or something, I think then I would like to do like have some hinges so it can open. But for this one, I think we'll just glue them down, which is what I'm going to do now. And where did I put the little doors? Yes, there they are. There are some details that I didn't cut yet. This basically the hinges and the lock I haven't cut yet. I will add it later, as I will add also like handles and stuff like that. But basically, I feel like the shadows are really strong. So maybe it's always like that. I'm just imagining. I'm not sure. But yeah, so the doors are basically just another piece of cardstock that will be glued on top. Somehow they don't seem even to me now. Just making sure. Yeah. One of them is just a teensy bit bigger. So I'll just fix that quick. And just trying to make the angles at the top more or less even. It's fine if it's not completely perfect, I guess. But yeah. So we have these two doors. And I think I'll just glue them down. Just trying to make sure that that they're straight, basically. And because this is thick cardstock, one layer is enough to give this feel of something that is thick, because it's iron, it's thick. So I'm gonna just use this ruler to make sure that they are straight and that they are at the same height. Oop. This one might be a little too... No, it's fine. And I also have some drawers that I will glue under. And I'm doing this now because it's just easier to glue this now and not after I glue the whole thing here. It's always easier to glue things when on a flat surface. So yeah, I'm just gonna use my tweezers because it makes it easier. And these drawers are basically, they would use them to, it's just a place where the ash would collect. And, or I guess also like in these, so this is where the fire would be. And the drawer under it is, yeah, where the ash would collect, and you just open it. Ooh, that was noisy. To kind of clean the oven. And the other two, these doors are where, you put the food. So I'm assuming that it's also like, oil that dripped and things like that, that you would clean. So yes. Oh, hey Peggy. Hey Leanne. I didn't notice. Woo. Happy Hump Day. And yeah, I'm making the oven for the kitchen. That's what we're doing. So yeah, it's an iron wrought oven, and we're doing all kind of detailing and stuff. So I think that for this drawer, I'm gonna use this little pin to to create the handle. So I'm just gonna poke a little tool hole right here in the middle, going right through. Just make sure that's a little bigger. I think that's big enough. Yes, it is. Ta-da! Look at that little handle. So now, just it'll actually be easier to fold it with a plier if I'll get it. And I'll just fold it back here. Ooh. Doesn't really want to fold well. It's okay. Basically, I just need to make sure that it's glued down. Back here, I'll just put a nice little blob of glue right on top of this part. That will hold it in place. And everything is safe and secure. Well, once it dries. So that is the opening of the front of the oven. Hey, Anthony. Right here. So I'm just gonna put it like this so it actually dries. And let's see. What is the next stage? I think we'll put in the shelf. It will be here. So I want to make sure that it's a good height with yeah, this will be a good height if we do this rounded opening. So I'm just gonna add some glue and well, glue it down. Yep. So glue. Glue. I'm actually gonna use the tweezers just because, yeah, it's very skinny. Okay. Making it, as straight as I can. And just gonna smooth out the glue here. That works. And I'm wondering, wait. Okay, I'm gonna put the oven top first. And for the oven top, actually gonna erase that part. For the oven top, I will need to decide whether, well, not to decide. Basically, there would be like, little round bits on top of it. What time is it? Ooh, oh my. Okay. But I'll add them later on. This is, yeah, this. So I think since we are kind of almost running out of time here, really, I will finish. I'll, forgive me, I will go a little bit over time and just finish the gluing part. So it will dry completely till tomorrow. And then we can do, the painting and some more embellishments and stuff. Like, yeah, the tops of the oven maybe and stuff like that. So, yeah. Just trying to make sure that it's straight here. It's sitting right on the edge of where it was chopped off. Yes, I did. um, it's not, I mean, it's mostly straight angles, so I could even use, with some of them, I could, like, I used partly the guillotine and partly just a craft knife. It wasn't that bad, I promise you, because there isn't too much rounded stuff. Rounded stuff are my enemy. That is the truth. Okay, right. We need the grate. Ooh. Okay, so maybe I might do the grate afterwards. I'm not sure. It's gonna take a while probably, but we can try. This will be here on top. And this, I'll just hold it with the tweezers so you can see. This will be basically how the oven is. And now, yeah. So for the grate, I want to just use some pieces of wire. This is, I believe it's a 20 gauge. I'm not, 100%, but I believe it's a twin gauge. Oh, don't do that. So, yeah. So I'll just cut 10 bits. And I'm actually going to use this plier to round it a little bit. Give it a little bit of shape. What's the other one? That's one. Let's see how we like this. So we'll go here. And just creating this sort of, yeah, a little bump. So when it's picking through, you might actually want it to be bumpier. I don't know. Oh, thanks so much, Anthony. Yeah, I don't know. It really wasn't too hard. Once I figured out what I wanted to cut, everything was a lot easier. So yeah, let's see. I might actually finish it off camera because I think that you're getting what I'm doing, right? And this will take a while to dry. So basically the idea is that I want the wire to stand out like that. I'll have like 4 or 5, arranged here. And that would be kind of the grate for this area of the oven. And then all of it will this will be glued down here. And this will be here at the top. It will fall now, of course, but yeah, that would be here. And that will be basically our oven. And it will look a lot more like an oven once we color it and have it look like metallic. So I think that's what we'll do tomorrow. And maybe start working on some cabinets and stuff like that. But basically, yeah, that's sort of the oven. You can see, again, that's the plan. I think it's getting there. I think it will, in the end, look like an oven. Obviously, at the moment, it's a bit too craft color. So, but yeah, it's getting there. We'll do the coloring. And that's it, I think, for today. I'll continue tomorrow then with the oven, and we might do something else in the kitchen. I'm not sure yet, depending on how fast things go, because we do have some the bricks are still completely wet, not wet, but very not dry. But we have some bricks to add to the oven and make it look nice and metallic, and some more details for like the locking mechanism and all of that. Oh no. I mean, honestly, this glue fixes everything as far as I'm concerned. So we can try. But yeah. I don't know. So yeah, so I think we'll we'll continue tomorrow with the kitchen. We're kind of getting, yeah, I think we're kind of getting closer to, well, there's still a lot of work in the kitchen. Obviously there's shelves. I need to figure out how to make teeny tiny little pots. Maybe we'll make teeny tiny little pots tomorrow. I think that would be fun. Tiny pots. So yes, it would go well with the oven. So tomorrow we'll finish the oven and maybe do a few pots. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Anthony. Yeah, I mean, I love the details. I think it's one of those, like, also, if you choose to do a Victorian period things, details are seriously everything. They just put details on everything. And it's funny to do it in like this size, but it's still fun. I enjoy it. So, yeah. So, we'll do some more of them tomorrow. And I will see you then. Thank you so much. And bye bye.